So, a quick update video from last week. I said it's not all going to be about alcoholism, this channel. I certainly hope not, but it is quite relevant. So, as per that video, I started to stop drinking. Now, since I was 40, I'm now 53, I really wanted to stop drinking as a habit in the evenings at home. I never had a desire to sort of stop drinking or not have a drink when I'm out with my friends or when friends come around or if I have a meal at the pub. Just the habitual drinking. It is a habit and it's been most days, as per the video, for a long time. So this video is not for the person that's got up at 4:30 in the morning to neck a half bottle of vodka to see them through the day. I think that kind of addiction must be incredibly hard. In fact, I know it's incredibly hard to kick because I know people have died in their 40s that couldn't kick it. But I think many people would be shocked if they drink every day, whether it's a couple of vodkas, a gin and tonic, same thing, you know, a couple of glasses, aka a bottle of wine every night, a couple of bottles of real ale like me. But pretty much every single evening as that unwinding thing. You know, you're not an alcoholic because you only drink a couple of cans of lager, or you're not an alcoholic because you just drink a little bit every day, but you don't get hammered at the weekends and you don't drink spirits. That kind of not an alcoholic. If, like me, you do realise that it's causing you some serious damage and you want to stop, I think you'll be shocked, or many of you will be shocked like me, at the withdrawal symptoms you're going to get over the first week or two for sure. Because whether you like it or not, you are an addicted person. You are addicted to a substance. The quantity, you know, if someone has to smoke 5 fags a day, or 2 packets a day, if they still have to have 5 a day and they go really crazy without them, they're addicted, aren't they? It doesn't matter the quantity as such, it's the habit, the addiction. So bearing in mind, I've been drinking now for decades, most days, but not a great deal most of the time. It has been interesting. Last time I really tried to stop, I got to 2 weeks without anything. I'm now on about day 12. And one of the shocking side effects, I was probably drinking more then, was a sudden day, as mentioned in the previous video, of, I'm not depressive, but like a day of utter darkness, just absolute depression, just a wave of like, what's the point? I can't be, but I don't want to kill myself, but just like, what's the point? I was so tired and exhausted. I've not had that, but let me walk you through what I've had just now in less than 2 weeks, the last sort of 10 to 12 days. So the first couple of days seemed okay, but I was going to say irritable, more I was irritating to the wife. I was actually quite irritating. So I was obviously quite irritable. Day 3 was a definite craving day. I really just could visualise those labels on those bottles, really difficult for craving. I've had 3 days where I woke up in the early hours with a really banging headache. One of those days, it just lasted all through the whole day until the evening, a proper sickly banging headache. And again, has come around. I've had other days again later down the line, real cravings. I've mitigated that a little bit. So I do like real ale. I'm not a big Guinness drinker, but I brought some Guinness Zero. And on those days, I just want a pint in the evening. I have had a couple of cans of that. So your brain definitely knows it's not got alcohol in. It still makes you feel bloated and horrible, but it satisfies that habit maybe like someone having a plastic cigarette or something. Satisfies the habit and it just took the edge off. But for sure, they say empty calories, it was certainly empty alcohol. It just didn't hit the spot basically. But I think that did help a little bit, so something you could try. Something I also had is lifelong eczema. As a kid, I've pretty much grown out of it, but I'll have stressful flare-ups, and I suppose I am under quite a bit of stress now with this. And I had a terrible itchy hive rash all around my back, down my arms, real urticaria, like a real blotchy red raised, insanely itchy rash. And I said to my wife, Jackie, who's a nurse, I said, is that a symptom of alcohol withdrawal? She said, no, I don't think so. I think it's probably the heat in your eczema. Anyway, she had a quick Google. I hadn't seen it anywhere or anything I'd seen, read or watched. But yeah, definite symptom. Really, really bad hive, itchy rash. So who knew? That hasn't been pleasant. 12 days in, how am I feeling? Not bad. So again, the reason that's really kick-started this is, as I said in the video, is intense chest pain, like you're having the most awful heart attack or being impaled on a very wide sword blade. Nothing to do with acid reflux. I get all that. I have, like probably you do, I have tablets daily to prevent that because we're all drinking too much and eating too much. But basically, I think it's an ulcer at the top of my stomach. The pain is insane. I've had it multiple times over the last few years when it first started, and I cut out drinking and it goes away after a couple of weeks. And then I gradually start drinking every day, gradually build up. And depending on what I drink, I can go weeks without it, but it will kick in again. That is dying down, but I'm having days without it. But I'm having days where it's not like I want to rush to hospital, but it's intensely painful and makes you feel quite poorly. But that is dying down, which is a main reason to stop this. I know I'm damaging myself. So that's dying down. But are we through it now, 12 days in, for being such a moderate drinker? No. No, we're not. And I think that's why they say, you know, you're always an alcoholic. You're just an abstaining alcoholic. Where do I go? Where do I feel from here? I definitely want to be someone that can have a drink without becoming a habitual drinker again. Do I feel like that now? No, I know I'm not, because I've tried this before. I've done 2 weeks as a maximum dry, and it's crept back into drinking every day eventually. So the test will be, I've had a couple of pub lunches, and I've had 0 Guinness, and that for me, I'm proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself, putting myself in a situation where I really want a pint and not having one. So it is doable, guys. You do need that self-control. But you're not going to do this if you drink every day until you want to. It doesn't matter how much people nag you. It doesn't matter how much you read about and watch videos about what the damage you are doing long term. For me, it has been long term. It's catching up to yourself. I think you've got to really, really want to. And I've got to that point now. And I do want to kind of try and see how long I can go without drinking. Not with that being the end goal, but certainly how long can I go without having that excuse. I'm really happy. I've had a good day. I've had a shit day. Such a nice sunny day. So on and so forth. Going out to see friends. How long can I actually do it without drinking? So this video is just as a top-up video to say to those of you that have your interest piqued, you know you should stop drinking. Just because you don't think you drink much a day, but you drink habitually, don't believe you can just stop anytime you feel like it. No problem. You just enjoy a drink. Because when the time comes, be prepared. Things are going to test you on the withdrawal symptom side of things. Certainly way more than I envisaged. And things that I wouldn't have even thought of. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Good luck. Catch you in the next video, which hopefully will be a different topic. And hopefully I'll be thriving alcohol free. Fingers crossed. I will, of course, report back on that.